Hey everybody, Engineer Coffee. Welcome back to Mars. Hopefully you had a good holiday and New Year's break. Alright, last episode we built the control wall here and we got a lot of our stuff automated. I did some stuff off screen here. We've got our 4 man lift elevators that are for going up and down into the monorail station. We've got our 4 ones over here for the shuttle elevators to get up into the station. And then we've got our airlocks over here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 there to get into the shuttle bays, and then we've got the one here for the monorail station. I don't think I set these ones up, but we've got the monorail station. I did get all of the elevators done, so let's go ahead and walk upstairs and go look at those. And so here we got each one of our elevators. We can call them here. There's B and A, and then over here we've got C and D, and these ones work as well. Works exactly like the one in the hospital where the doors are what's causing it to act. So we hit this, it closes the door, makes this guy go up. When it gets up to the full extension, it unlocks those doors and opens them. So then when they close again, it cycles the operation. So that's pretty easy there. I did put some doors over here on this end. That end is where our monorail is coming from. I don't know if I can really see it from there. No. So that's where the monorail is coming in. And then I have some doors over here because I want to create a tunnel over to the other side. Because I realized you can't really get from this side of the station over to the other one without going downstairs. And I was thinking about putting like a bridge across here, but then I realized I need to have air vents and all sorts of stuff down in this area, so we'll create a tunnel on the side here. Alright, let's actually head back downstairs real quick. Let's get our elevator. Okay, here's the airlock that would get into each of the shuttle bays. It's not set up yet, but we don't have any pressurization around here, so that's fine. Here is Bay D. I should probably put some labels around there, maybe. I've got it on the floor, and that's it. Let's go ahead and hit this button. See, the doors open and then this elevator will go up. It's just on timers. I know there's some good suggestions on what to do with those hinges because the hinge lock was like changing from yeah, the -8 degrees to like positive 340 or whatever it was. Good suggestions, stuff to look into for future reference, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and keep it a timer. This is pretty simple. It's just 2 things. This has got to go down and then the door's got to close. So timers are fine. Especially because I've got 4 of them already set up, so yeah, we'll continue on with that. Alright, so this episode, I'm thinking right here, we'll have that tunnel that'll go through. I want to put like a hotel here. I think we're going to treat this like an airport, where you're coming in here, you're getting onto the rocket to get off planet. You kind of have like an airport hotel, so I'm thinking that will go right here, and then we'll have the control tower on the other side of it. I think that will be good. And then it'll allow us to have the, you know, like civilians walking around here. With some type of hotel building. We might not get much of it, at least just the shell. And then the other thing I want to work on, I want to get some turrets and stuff around here, because we keep getting meteor storm warnings, and the only defense we have is that little train over there. And the rail keeps getting hit. It might be good to protect that as well. So let's go ahead and get started. I want to say a huge thank you to all the new members. Wonderful Christmas gift having you guys all join up. I think we have, what, 11? So DC, Arter, Colton, Brutus, Infamous Jason, GRC Macy, Kirch, Countism, EBR 1432, John T, Polly Rossi, X Redhead X, Dead Beef, Armando, and J Dub. Thank you so much for joining. If you would like to join, there is a button down below. Otherwise, please like, subscribe, comment, and let's go ahead and just get started. Alright, let's head back downstairs real quick. I need some material. Oh, I did have an idea here. We've got this blocked off. We've got the stairs down here to go to the control room over on this side. I'm thinking this one will go down into the bottom as well, and we'll have it kind of like a shelter in place, like you see at an airport with tornado shelters and stuff in certain areas. I know like the Denver airport has it. And so that'll lead into here as well. So this will be like the authorized personnel, but over here will be like a shelter in place for people, in case there's something bad going on. Okay, I wanted to come down here to connect the switch up so we can have our full cargo access. I guess we had a lot in the lobster anyway. Alright, well, maybe we didn't need to do that, but that's fine. Actually, I feel like steel plate we probably don't have a lot. Yeah, a couple thousand, that's not a lot. Well, we still have some stuff in here from the planetary encounter. I forgot about that. We've got prototech scrap and some ingots and stuff in here. We should probably get that cleared out. Are these grinders? They are grinders. Okay, we're gonna have to get that switched out to welders. Call, I feel like I should put Ted over here. Maybe we should have another Ted. Alright, one project at a time. Alright, so should I start the quarters like right there, or should I make a gap and put it like over here? I think I might make a gap and maybe we can put, well, I guess it's not a lot of space. I was thinking maybe like a sunroof, but we could carry that look back around, I guess, huh? Okay, I've got an idea. We're going to carry on this design language here. Let's get some girder. Still need some steel plate, but not that much. Might need some interior plate, but probably not. Do I want it to be 4 wide? I mean, that's going to be pretty wide, but I guess I could put something in the corners and stuff. Like the tunnel itself would be here. Actually, do I want to close? Yeah. The rail's there. This will be a wall all the way up into there. So that's fine. Yeah, you know what? I think I do. I want it 4 wide. That's totally fine. Okay, that works. And then we'll have some type of central lobby, elevator, something. Let's go ahead and just carry this up. There we go, we can carry that through there, and then we'll have the hotel start, probably here. Let's see, the skirt would carry around like that. Oh, I might need the flat one first, huh? Yeah. Looks like it. Looks like I have this going around. How many radiation things do I have? Well, I got some. Let's take a couple. I'm gonna go ahead and take one right now. Tired of fighting the radiation. Yeah, that looks good, but this is wrong. I don't really like the way that angle worked. Alright, then we want the floor here. 1, 2, 3 wide, I think is probably enough. I guess we go 5 wide, but what did I go, 7 on the apartment? I mean, I guess I could do 4 wide again. Keep this spacing going that we have here. We could do 4 wide. That would maybe get us enough to build a hotel room into. Should be plenty of space, actually. So have like the room right here. That should be plenty, right? So then we could put in windows. Where are my windows? There they are. Windows like that? Yeah, that works. I think. I don't know. We're playing here. I don't want to go too tall on this and overshadow things, but we want to go fairly tall. That window doesn't really work there, does it? Almost needs to be set back one. Yeah, I don't really like the way that window sets in there. We should probably do this at least. I feel like that might be too wide, though. Let's see. Maybe not. That's 4 wide, and then I guess this lobby will be wider than the one up here. I don't know what I'm thinking here. See, that one would be there, so you want this one to be back here for the other windows. And if you set this one back like that one is... Oops. Like that, we need to have some type of transition down here. I guess technically something like this, and then the quarter round. Yeah, that works. Means I probably want to do it here as well. That's not bad. And then there's our floor. Oops. We should be able to get something in like a 3x4, right? Because that doesn't always have to all be windows. I'm just putting it up there for an example. Even a 4x4 is plenty of space. Yeah, I think that works. And then I think 3-story is probably enough. I don't want it to overshadow this, and in theory you're going to have shuttles and stuff coming in here. So we want to be able to see the control tower as well. So the control tower will be up there. Yeah, I think that works. Okay, so that is floor 3. That is the top. And then this guy can go like this. We could have skylights and other stuff in it, but that's fine. We're getting on a shell. Let's see. Let's do this side. I don't know why 4 feels weird. It's probably because it's an even number and that always throws me off. Just for symmetry side, but that's alright. We're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep this 4 wide theme going. Okay, so that is the roof there. Means this will carry on all the way over. Oh, that radiation resistance was good while it lasted. Can't believe it's been 10 minutes already. Okay, yeah, that's not a bad size. We'll just make it wider. Maybe 3 wide. We don't need like a lot. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, then the pillar. 1, 2, 3, 4, then the pillar. And then the skirt will go around. Oh, no radiation yet. I guess we're getting close. I don't know what that warning starts at, like a minute? Or... why do I have that? Now we're getting exposure. Okay. Alright, well, we're not going to take another injection quite yet. We can work on this side of the building for a little bit. Nice. Okay. Well, this transition might be interesting here. How we do that. I'm wondering if I should have spaced it out one more. That's alright. We'll be fine. Okay, that's pretty good. So we've got, what, 918 hotel rooms? That's not great, but it's not bad. All of this stuff can come out. Alright, there we go. We got a walkway over here. This will be a wall. Should we put some windows in, maybe? We have to get around here to get into the station, but this might be a good place for a wall. Oh, let's put in full blocks so we can make sure it's airtight. Let's put one underneath there just so it doesn't look weird with that strip. Oh, I think we got a fog rolling in. Let's see, when the train is in here, it's going to be fairly tall. I guess here would be the better place for the window. Let's carry the beam across. That makes sense. What kind of window should we have in here? We could do these. It's probably the best option. Really, you're just going to use it to see if the train is here or not. You're not looking too grand into it. Alright, I'm going to put that guy right there because I have a feeling I might want to use this flat edge here for like a sensor. Where are my programmable stuff? Is it in with the programmable blocks? It is. Alright, where are the arrows? Oh, it was already right side up. Yeah, there we go. I think we might need a sensor like this to detect when the train is going to come in. And we can do stuff with that information, either stop the train or have this stuff cycle because the train is in position. We'll see which one we do, but I have a feeling we're going to need that. Let's leave that open so I can get cargo access over there. I really should run something over here so I can get it. Yeah. Yeah, that'll work. And then we'll have like a lobby here and it'll be open up into the top. We need some elevators, some other stuff like that. Alright, but I want to get rolling on the control tower. Maybe that's where we'll have the elevator, actually. The elevator will be back here. You can get up and down to each hotel level. And then you can go further up into the control tower. I think that makes more sense. Let's do that. Alright, I really like the 2x2 elevators that we have over there, so we'll carry that over here. We're going to have 2 side by side here, and it'll go up into the control tower. So it'll at least be that wide coming up. Let's see, we have full blocks here, so that's nice. So we could have this be glass. Alright, so we need some windows there for the elevator, and then probably like a beam coming across. Maybe it'll be orange, I don't know. Another set of windows on top of that, and then the control tower can probably be there. How's that look? I'm over here. Can I still see the control tower? Yeah, a little bit. A little bit right there. I'm gonna go get that unknown signal over there, just so I can get my radiation down. Are you gonna give me anything fun? I don't know. Maybe we'll find out later. Probably should have emptied my inventory. Alright, some cash and some power kits. Okay. Don't really need that. Now, as I'm flying back here, I don't think that's tall enough. I think we should go at least one more, because we're going to have a rocket over here, which we may sink into the ground, but for a control tower, that should probably be, like, I think the rail over there is taller. Yeah, we need to go taller on that tower. Yeah, look at that, meteors inbound. Okay. Wanted to get this tower up and get some protection going on. So we'll see how this goes. Alright, well, meteors are over there. I think we're going to be okay. Okay, so there is our tower. I think that'll work, and I'm thinking maybe we can use some supports because... Oh yeah, I guess we're not carrying that over like we were there. I guess we could, though. Let's do that. Alright, I'm looking at this, and we can carry these support structures over. Like this. And I think that'll work, and then we can carry some type of support structure here. Probably this. Is that gonna reach down? Yeah, that might be not enough. Guess we'll find out. That's actually almost perfect. I would say it needs to go there, which means we can just redo up here. Well, that's gonna be the bottom floor, though. Hold on. Let's see, that's actually going to be the bottom floor of the tower. That looks like a good height. Yeah, I feel like that's good. But then that would be up further for the support. We may or may not have windows there, because I feel like we might want to come out a little bit further, because what I'm thinking is we'll have, like, two side bridges. Like, we'll have, you know, like, it'll face out here so we can see these landing pads. So those will be, like, the, small control centers, but the main one will be over here, overlooking the launch site, obviously. Let's see, if we brought this out this way, we're gonna have our stand there. Let's do this one 4 wide again, why not? Oh, actually, we want this to be the door for the elevator, don't we? The controls could be there, but I guess the elevator's gonna be facing that direction. I mean, I guess it could face both ways, but it's facing that way to get into the hotel. Is that smart, actually, now that I think about it? We're gonna have this elevator shaft here. And here. It doesn't really leave us like a hallway. If we wanted to extend the building out any further this direction. Maybe the elevator should go more on the side? And then we could have the control tower in the middle? I'm thinking that might be the better route. Let's drop off some stuff. I want to grind this guy down again. Oh, I always do this. Well, this is what is happening and when you plan it out in real time and don't really have a vision of what's going on. Okay, I better take off this before it all starts falling down. Alright, so I think we'll carry from back here, like this. We'll carry up some supports all the way. Alright, we're going to take our other radiation, and we are going to run out of fuel.
Fuel critical.
Alright, got our anti-radiation, we've got our fuel back. Let's go. How do I feel about that support? Is that too much? Pretty steep angle. See, that's in line with that, so that's where the post would be. I don't know how I really feel about that. Oh, it's a bit angular. Without having, like, anything in it. But if I feel like if I do like this, it's gonna look like the back end of a Star Destroyer. Which I guess isn't, like, the worst of ideas, but... Okay, I don't really like those support struts. Not like it's gonna be this crazy building that needs all of this support structure. Especially on a planet that has lower gravity. Okay, apparently those are just gonna float. Alright, I've been looking at it for a while. And I think I've got an idea. We're gonna take this out right here. Okay, and then we're going to carry it on like that. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to carry this building on a little bit further. Well, a lot further. So we're going to have two sections there, and then we got this 2 wide one here, and then we'll have another 4 by section there, and another 4 by right here.
Fuel low.
Let me go get some fuel before I die.
Fuel
critical. There we go. Ooh. Alright, can we get in? Yeah, we can. Alright, let's eat a little bit of food and get some of that health back. Alright, back to this. Okay, there we go. We can complete the rest of it in a little bit. But right here, we're going to have the elevators. So the elevators will be right in this area going up. All right, so then we're just going to surround it with glass and have that be the elevators that go up to the tower. And then I'm thinking right here, what we can do. So let's pitch it this way. Maybe one more tall, actually. Alright, there we go. Something like that. And then we can have our floors for our normal stuff here. And then up in this one would be like the executive suite. So you can have one on this side and then like a rocket view one here. And then the tower will go on the top here in the center. So this is still going to be the tower coming up here. What I'm thinking is we'll do it kind of like I did with the silos. Let's get the white color. Alright, and the tower is still going to be right here in the center because this elevator is going to service the tower as well. So I'm thinking maybe we'll do it like this wide, maybe? Maybe a little bit skinnier. Maybe we will come in right there. We want it to overhang with the actual tower. Alright, then we'll crawl the tower up like this and then it'll kind of like, you know, cantilever out or something out like this. I still kind of want the wings on the side though. Let's see, I guess. Okay, that will be the elevator shaft coming up that direction. I think we might have some type of, you know, like support or something that comes out like this, and we can figure out what we want to do with like the elevator glass. It might be on the inside. The triangles to go on the inside, that'll be easier. Something like that. We could probably do that out of beam blocks now that I look at it. I don't know exactly how tall we're going to get though, so I should probably figure that part out. Yeah, I still have... Yeah. Okay, still have girder on me, that's good. But, let's see, we could probably just put these on the inside, is fine. Alright, something like that, where this guy is going to go up, and then this might be able to like go there. I don't know exactly how we're going to do it. Maybe we'll have like a balcony or something out here, like, not like a real balcony, but something like with windows or something that is some type of observation area. We could do something like that. That maybe they could tunnel around or some type of corridor between or something. I don't know. We'll figure that part out. Okay, so this will go to the executive suite right here. This will go up further. We should probably have some support. Oh, there goes my radiation resistance, so we're gonna have to watch out now. I think I am out now, right? I'll either grab some more or we'll grab some vodka. I don't really know what I want to do there. I think in here I want some support. Just so it doesn't look totally out of place. Like it has some structure holding it together. Means then right above that, that's probably the best place to start with this stuff. So that's probably a good place for the floor. Alright, we're getting somewhere. Well, now that I see that, this needs to actually go... Oops. We should probably go one taller. Just so I can get another tall piece of glass in there. The windows here on the interior can just be like that, with... Then we can do like the 1x1s on the inside here like that. And let's see, this is the floor up there. We're not going to have anything in the center here, so this could really just be glass going up that direction. But really, this should be glass like this. Yes, actually. We'll have one level here, and that'll be like roof access. We'll have an airlock right here. So this will be roofed in, so we will have a door here then, which means I would need to gate off that area, which that's not bad. That's easy enough. Or the door can be double wide, actually. We'll figure that part out. That's fine. We'll figure that one out. Okay, we're gonna go one higher, which means this could probably hang out. We can probably leave the beam blocks where they are. Is that gonna be too big now? Oh, I messed it up over here anyway. Seems a little big now that I see it. I'm also
Fuel
wondering...
low.
Oh, jetpack low. Let's get our radiation
critical.
down and get some fuel. Then we'll come back and look at it. Actually, well, we can just float around in this guy and look around at it. Okay, if I'm sitting on this pad... That's actually a really good view of that tower. That's fine. And then if I'm here... Well, that height actually looks not bad. I guess we're not getting any hydrogen floating around here. What is that? Unknown sig. Oh, one of the thruster ones that likes to be upside down all the time. And we're not special today. Mushrooms. Okay, I'm looking at it and I'm wondering if we can get away with having this be the top of the building. Maybe we'll make that orange, which means we'll probably like replace some of these with solid. But I'm wondering if we get, where are they? All right, let's stand here behind a block real quick. I want the bridge windows. I don't think they're in with this one. No. Need the other bridge windows. That's the bridge helm. I guess I need bridge windows? Oh, it's in with the half windows. There they are. And what do I need for this? Girder. Okay. Yeah, so like here I'll have these windows. Let's see, we want them probably the white. What if I put these windows here? I could put them either there or we can come out one. Probably out one. That feels good. There we go. Something like that. 1, 2. And then we would have, I guess, just these, right? But that doesn't really leave me much, does it? Because the elevator would be right there. I guess, no, we could. I guess the floor would be there, which this guy would be replaced. Like that. And then these guys would need to be replaced anyway. We'll make these guys black. Okay, those guys would brace there. And then this guy doesn't have to be there. Okay, that's not bad. Then we can put some control seats there. I guess you can't really see down there very well, though. Yeah, that's my one problem with these bridge windows. They're really nice and they're angled, but you can't really see down. You know, I could turn them upside down, but then it's, you know, you can't get a console there very nicely. And they don't have inverted, you know, corners. I could do it like that, but then this doesn't match up with that. And they don't have one that's gonna match up like this, right? Yeah. See, they don't have one that's this angle the other direction. I have done like these bridge windows upside down. Yeah, I have done like this in the past. You get a little bit more angle off of it. You know, I still like that. You'll still be able to see ships that are coming in. Maybe we'll just make that an observation. I don't know. Because then on the front here, we'll have this guy extend all the way around. But right here, I'm thinking we'll do something different. We'll put some type of building on top here. For, I don't know, command center or break room or something. Okay, so this is going to be the floor now. Like that. Which, that's the elevator, that's fine. That would be the elevator doors right there. I don't think I have what it takes to put the doors up, right? Do these doors take girder? They do. So yeah, the doors would go right there. And then we would just put glass on the inside like we were doing anyway. Bam. Like that. You can walk right in here and you can have your desks and everything. We could still even keep that post if we needed to. Okay. Alright, we're getting somewhere. Crap, did I not get that in a line? Okay. Well, I'm not symmetric anymore. I just realized. This guy is one in, and this guy is out on line with that. So I did this side completely wrong. All of this is wrong. That needs to cut back one. Alright, let's get some of this stuff welded up and see what it looks like. It's very wireframey right now, and I need to get some visuals on this. Alright, well, I'm obviously out of glass, but that's looking pretty good, and we can still put, you know, more on the roof there, but that's looking pretty chunky, which I actually like. The front side won't obviously have that. It'll kind of dive in more and down, which I think will make it look a little bit nicer. Definitely needs a top cap and some satellite dishes and other things up here. But I think that's good. Alright, well, of course there was a storm right there at the end, but I think this is coming along great. I don't know if I like this up here. Kind of like the piping and stuff. I feel like this is a little too flat or something. I was thinking maybe I could put like the ECI logo there, but I'm almost thinking it just needs to like have another protrusion out, almost kind of like this, out this direction. I think that might look better. Like if we did, of course I don't have any steel plate on me. Put everything back in the lobster. So if we did like this, maybe. I don't really know how to do the corner now. Let's grind these off so I can get some girder.
Inventory full.
And there goes the girder. It's not bad actually. Just redo this one.
Full.
Something like that. That's not terrible.
Inventory full.
It's not bad. It's not great, but it definitely bumps it out. Ow. Radiation. Thought the sun was down. Thought we were safe. Yeah, that doesn't leave any room on the inside, does it? What if we bumped it out? Of course, now we have an ice storm. Alright, we'll look at it with the langoustine here, but I think that looks a lot better. Yeah, that looks a lot better there for the launch site being over in that direction. Okay, well, I guess now we need a roof, and then I want to try to get some defenses on here because meteors are going to be taking out our tracks, and we still only have the monorail over there for defense. So let's go ahead and park this guy, and let's get a roof built. Alright, I waited out the storm. Let's just go ahead and put these on for the roof. I think that'll look the best. Alright, let's use the old lobster here to get this all welded up. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do in the center. I want, like, satellite dishes and antennas and other things like that. But we'll leave that open. We'll at least get this completed up so we can get the total look. Alright, and of course the building took all day, so we have to look at it at night, but that's alright. I probably should have built it at night with the radiation and then waited for morning, but that's alright. I think the daytime plays better on camera. Actually, let's fold those arms out of the way. Yeah, you know what? I like that. I feel like maybe that needs an angle on it, on the windows, but I don't know. Like this right here, should we have like a single pane and then we put the triangle, you know, there? That might look better instead of just having a squared edge there. Or I could change this actually. Maybe that would be better. No, because that would stay orange in there. No, I think that's fine. And I can't put anything against it because the glass is on the outside. Yeah, you know what? I think it's good. I think we're gonna leave it. Alright, up top here I'm gonna make a custom turret. I don't know if I'm gonna put it on a turret or not. I put it, you know, I conveyed it. Well, kind of. We have nothing going down here yet. But I'm gonna convey it with an advanced rotor just in case we actually make it into a turret. But it's at least gonna be a camera. Let's add a small head. Okay, we had enough for that, but not the head. Okay, we don't have any small steel tube. Alright. And then I guess we'll just put a camera on it for now. Is that in the programmable blocks? I believe it is. Sensors are. Cameras aren't though. Is that what the remote controls? It is. I don't know why that's floppy. It should have power. Does this just need to be raised up displacement-wise? Yeah, it's getting that wobbliness. Okay, we'll put it up there. Apparently it's just gonna be wobbly? Why? Why? Why is that so janky? The piston is extended and it's still janky. You know what? Let's just make it a ball turret. Let's put the rotor head on there. I wonder if I should sink it down to the ground now, though. I don't think I noticed. When did they redo the model that this thing connects into this? Is it when we could add a small head? Because I remember it used to float. And now it actually has like a connector. That's pretty cool. It's pretty neat. Alright, we can still rotate, right? Not really. Maybe we won't have this. I was just trying to keep that shape going. But it doesn't necessarily have to be there. We can do this instead. Well, meteors are inbound right now, so I can't test it quite yet. I don't have a turret controller on here. There we go. Yeah, those chevrons can go like that, and then maybe we can put an antenna or something in between. Please don't break all my stuff. Hey, you're all over there. Okay, good. Alright, there we go. Simple ball turret with a lot of meat turning upside down and stuff. But there we go. We got a ball turret. Let's get a turret controller somewhere. I guess we can put it up here. I did put some stairs down here. I don't know if I showed that on camera or not, but it just winds down and then ends randomly. I'm thinking like here, or is that the suite level? No, the suite's gonna be down here. So yeah, like I'm thinking like on this level we'll have some type of access out here, and then I'm thinking like catwalks could go here and around, so we can get like a full walk around. I think that would work really well there. I don't know exactly how the room is going to be down there, so I haven't put it in. Alright, focus. Focus, focus. Let's get a turret controller in here somewhere. Is it in with like the programmable blocks? It's gotta be in here with the programmable blocks, yeah. I guess I could put it right there. Hoping actually to put those slopes right there. Just to kind of match. Yeah, I think I do want to put that there. Where do we want the turret controller then? You know, I think I'll put it right here. I think that'll work. We'll put like a railing and stuff here, and then we can put like consoles and other stuff all the way around this, because there's quite a bit of space up here for desks and consoles and all sorts of stuff, so I think that'll be good to have some type of central spire of tech, I guess. I don't really know what else to call that. I actually had enough detectors without having to connect to the main base. That's nice. Alright, here we go. Is there an app for target lock? Yeah, targeting info. That's what I want. Okay, targeting info is like when I lock onto a target. I was hoping it would be like when this guy locks onto a target. Alright, we'll just do a clock for now. Whatever. And this doesn't have a search, so that's a thing. Enable AI, yes. Range all the way up. Target meteors is on. That's all good. And then Dread Mechanic had pointed out that these have a setup actions, and I never really paid attention to that. So we got a setup action where they're target locked and not. So I want to use this to make up some deployable turrets around this base. So I'm thinking we'll have, like in the corners over here and over there and maybe some other spots, some turrets that'll pop up out of the ground, target the meteors, and then go back into the ground. That's what I'm hoping, and I'm hoping it'll all be triggered by this guy when it detects meteors in range. I guess we got to pick some place around here for a turret to be sunk in the ground, and then we'll mirror it on the other side. We want it out of the way of the roadway here, so it's going to at least come off here, maybe? I want to test something, though. On top of that, we'll go that's not even the right toolbar. There we go. Piston. Alright, it's on a subgrid, but what can we block around it? Like if I come up here and then I put, I don't know, some type of berm around it, I can get like this on there. Can I get like these in here? Oh yeah, so I can add this down like that, which means that this turret should be able to pop up, right? And then how fast does it pop up? What's our max speed? Oh yeah, and it pops up pretty good distance. We don't even need it to pop up that much, but yeah, there we go. Okay, that pops up pretty quick. Alright, we got a plan. Now let's go figure out a location. Alright, I'm thinking probably in line off of this. Let's just bring this out so we can connect to the same grid. How far out do I want to do it? Probably midway in the track, somewhere around here. I'll have to drill down and find the pipe anyway. I guess we can just come off this. Okay, let's come out a bit so we can actually see the ground, the voxels. I'm thinking here-ish, and then let's put some concrete down, like right there. Come on, come on. Do I have to go further? Oh man. We can always do this and come back. There we go. Okay, we can still see it. Let's see, let's keep that one connected. Let's go ahead and take this all out. Alright, then we'll have that steel rim on top of it. I think I'm going to use these. That will be an angle at some point. And then there should be somewhere in here. Yeah, these guys.
Meteors inbound.
Oh, meteors inbound. Ooh. Alright, well I don't have any ammo in the turret, but we'll see if it targets it. So I was having issues with the turrets before. Yeah, it's not trying to aim over there. You are on, right? Yeah, you're on. And then AI was on. Maybe it was too far away? I don't know. Okay, maybe we need a different one here. I want to try to follow that angle. Yeah, there we go. And then is there something to put here? That has... Ooh, I don't know if there's something to put here, though. There's that one, but... Guess technically it's this. Would have that angle. So I don't want that. I need this one in here, right? That's what I need right there. Alright, something like that, but I don't think that's going to be enough to hide our voxel destruction. So we might have to come out a little bit further. We might have to do what we were doing earlier. Alright, I don't know why I keep flying back and forth. Let's just bring the lobster over here to help us out. Alright, then we'll park it there and we can get all the material out of it. Okay, then we can dig down here and put in our turret. Alright, I just had a thought here. We can make a straight tunnel down if we... Well, we're going to have to go up a little bit higher, actually. What are drills? Like 3 tall? 1, 2, 3? And then 1, 2 for the piston, so maybe there? Hey, it actually let us place it. Nice. I thought I had more than that. No? Okay. Okay, there we go. Now, is terrain clearing going to clear more than I want it to? That is the question. Maybe we'll just turn it on, and we'll just fill up the inventory. That'll be fine. We'll see how much terrain it clears out. We'll give this guy positive velocity. Yeah, we're gonna need to clear out more than that, aren't we? Let's go ahead and reverse, and let's just turn on terrain clearing mode and hope for the best. Oh, that's pretty wide. I think we're safe, though. I think we got a big enough skirt on there. That'll work. Okay. Now we can go a little bit faster, right? How are we doing? Yeah, it's right on the edge of that. Probably not deep enough, but that's alright. We can always just take it off and do it again. That might be deep enough. I don't know. Now we need to think about a door. Latch system, something. Oh, did I grind those off? Alright, I'm thinking a couple hinges right here. We'll do it small grid. Alright, I love when you have all the parts, but it just doesn't feel like giving it to you anyway. Small head, maybe? I don't know. Might be able to get away with a medium head. Let's do a medium head. Might look a little bit better. And then it'll be... Well, let's just arc it up. Yeah, but we stop trying to guess and we'll just do it. Let's go fairly fast with this door, actually. 10 seems like a good number. Alright, there is the middle. Means now we can get these. Make a half door. There we go. Nice, there we go. And then this guy can be the caution. Do I have caution anywhere on this ship? No, I don't. That's actually kind of surprising. Yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and just weld the rest up with this guy. So much faster with a welder. Why is it always dusty or stormy or anything when I try to film? It's ridiculous. There we go. Let's switch this up. Let's do these. Alright, nice. Get some structural support. Medium head on that was the way to go, for sure. Let's reverse that guy. That's right. It's going to conflict with some of this stuff. Like I can't put this guy here. It's going to run into it. Right? Actually, it might not, huh? No, it does. I guess we could put something like this. There we go. Yeah, that works. Alright. There we go, and then we just need to reverse it. I guess that's up? Or no, that's forward. Yeah, there we go. Let's see, we can just go ahead and rotate him. Oh, we just need to copy the settings. Oops. Alright, reverse that. We might not be able to actually get that. Yeah, it's not going to let this weld that because it's in the way. Okay, we will reverse it down that way. Can we get the lobster in there enough, maybe? Ooh, we're a little jumpy. We need to turn off those other thrusters. It's a little powerful when it's close to empty. I don't know if we're going to be able to get in there or not. Nope, doesn't look like it. Well, it was worth a shot. Alright, I got the outsides attached. That should allow us to get the lobster in here. 6, and 2, and down. Okay, now we need to go down to the turret. Alright, let's see. A piston goes up, what, 4 blocks, and then it's 2 blocks tall, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 blocks tall, so there? We're almost to the bottom here. So there? That should be the bottom, right? Which means I need a conveyor. And then the piston on top of that. Okay, now the turret. Metal grid, really? Okay. Now does the door close? That's a good question. Ooh, it does. Okay. Nice. Okay. Reverse that, and then this guy can go up at, like, maximum speed. 5 the max? I guess so. There we go. Now we have a turret that's propped up. And then we do have a giant hole. Ooh, I got an idea. We're gonna add more complexity. Where's the center line? Right there. We need 5 wide and 2.5 back. That should do it right there, which means I need to take these guys out there. Those might be okay where they are. No, they won't. We'll cut them off. Okay, there we go. And then, do I have? I do. There they are. Of course, you need interior plate. Is there different variants of this? No. No different variants of that in the small grid. Okay, now if I can attach to the right block, there we go. They're going to allow me to place them. Yes, it is. Okay. Never know. Oh, that one's not. Of course, just that one is not going to let us place, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and send it down. Let's see, we did 10, right? 10 RPM? Oh, we just don't have any steel plate. We are out of steel plate. That's probably... I didn't even pay attention to the HUD. Alright, now let's rotate this guy back up and hopefully it will fit in there without catching. Yeah, there we go. A little bit of clipping and whatever, but that's alright. Nice. Yeah, that looks great. Now I just need to do it to the other side, and then we can close this hatch when the turret is out. Right here, 1, 2, 3, 4 by 5 wide. Oops. Alright, then we reverse this guy. Bam! Oh, that's awesome. Okay, that's really nice. I like that a lot. Right, there we go. Button panel, let's get some stuff set up on here. Let's probably label it here in build vision, because we're not going to find it otherwise. Alright, there we go. I got everything named. Now, what I'm thinking is I'm going to make groups of all of these. So like this piston, we're going to make a piston group. So then when I make the other turrets over around the rest of the base, they'll all be tied. So then when we do our commands, we can just have all of them pop up at once and then return at once. And I think that'll be the way to do it. So we're going to create groups of all of these. And then even the turrets, because we're probably going to want to turn them on and off. All right, I'm going to grind that off. I want it somewhere else that I can actually see. Meteors inbound, that's fun. It doesn't have any ammo in it, so that's cool. Do you have any ammo left in you? Or is it too high? Huh, maybe that's over 600 meters. Okay, well, never mind. Alright, put the button panel right here so we can actually see it. So we want the pop-up turrets. Let's do main hinges, auxiliary hinges, and then the pistons. So in theory... Oh, I didn't set the limits on those. Upper limit needs to be 0. Since when do those self-rotate to get back into position? I don't recall that being a thing. Okay, there we go. There's a hatch, totally enclosed. So then we would pop the main hinges. These guys can probably go at the same time. Piston will go up. And then the main hinges go back. Nice. Okay, that's pretty good. It's a little bit, you know, conflicty and bumpy, but that's alright. Alright, well, we'll probably have to get the timing right because the event controllers might not work on those hinges. But they should work at least on the piston position, which will be good. Okay, now I need to dig down and plummet over here, I guess. There should be a pipe running underneath there. So we need to find that plumbing. And then we need to add some programming. And apparently I need to fix the ground. Well, that worked out convenient. It's right in line with this one to get to the bottom of the turret over here. So I kind of want to put doors and a tunnel in here now. That we have access to these turrets, because that goes all the way back to the station, and then that goes up to the track. So, worked out convenient. Oh yeah, I was playing around with it. Alright, reverse. Smack myself in the face. Let's see, I gotta manually do it. Alright, main hinges. Reverse that, reverse those. Back up. There we go. Alright, now we can get rid of all this stuff on the surface, because we are plumbed up. Nice. Let's go down into the control room and get this set up. Let's see, I think we gotta go around this way. Right, should we put the turrets there or over on this side? We got a lot of space, but we might fill it up with stuff. You know, I'm thinking across here. Let's do it here. Let's see, that's connected across the top there and down to the bottom over there. Okay, so we are safe to cut through. Alright, let's think about this sequence. We need to have a start, which is going to open the doors. Alright, then we need to have a timer delay to extend the piston up. And then once that piston gets fully up, we'll use an event controller to then push the doors back into a place. And then that should be good, because when it's extended, that should also turn on the turret. And then what else? Is that really it? Okay, Okay, and then coming down, is that similar? They're going to be as easy as I think. All right, then to close up, again, we just need to swing the doors down. Time delay for the piston then to go down. Then once the piston reaches the bottom, it'll close the door. So I think we're good. I think that's all we need. Okay, deployed 1, we'll do deploy 2, and then this will be retract, maybe? And retract 2, then we need the event controller. That'll be the EC. Let's see, that'll be extended. This one will be retracted. So let's see, let's not have this retract, then have it like stow, maybe? Just because I'm going to have retracted with the piston. Okay, nice. There we go. Okay, now in the setup actions, all we need to do is have a timer delay of 1 second on that. That's fine. And then the timer delay is going to reverse the hinges. Let's see, this was pointing down. I'm going to do a set velocity of -10. And then that's going to start the next timer. It'll be deploy 2. Start that one. And then the other thing that I want to do is I want to stop the stowing. Because I got an idea for this. And that really should be it. And then deploy number 2. You need to do these pop-up auxiliary hatches. Those need to get retracted back. Set velocity of -10. And then we need to extend the pistons. No, we won't turn on the turret yet. We'll wait for the piston to be extended before we do that. We'll have to figure out what time delay we have for that. It's pretty easy. I'm going to guess like 4 seconds on that one for now to deploy. Which means that'll probably be 4 seconds as well. Okay, so deploy 2 is going to do that, and then it's going to extend the piston. Okay, now we need the piston position, 99%. Find our piston in here, there it is, pop-up turret. What is that one for? I don't actually know. Okay, then when it is fully extended, that's when we want to close the doors. All right, then I think we just need to close the doors, which is a +10 velocity. And then we need to turn on the turret, and otherwise we'll turn it off. If it's not fully extended. I think that's it for now. Okay, then to stow it, we need to move the hinges down again, and then we start the next timer. Stow number 2. Okay, then stow number 2, going to retract the piston, and then we do want to extend these auxiliaries out. I think that gets a +10. Then what else? Yeah, I think that's it, and then we need to do the EC retracted. Alright, the turret retracted, equal to or less than 1%. Then we want to close the hinges. That'll be the main ones. We want to close it, so I think that's a positive velocity. That velocity of 10. And then I think that's all that needs to do, actually. Yeah, I think we have it. And then what I want to do in this stow is I want to put the time delay like a minute. And then what we're going to do is we're going to find our turret controller. Alright, well I never named it, but that's for the ball turret. And then in the setup actions, what we want to do is we're going to find those timers. We want to do the deploy. We want to start that one to deploy the turrets. Alright, when it doesn't detect an enemy, it'll do the stow, and it's going to wait a minute before it clicks that on. So in case that it doesn't detect an enemy and then it does, like it gets in and out of range in that 30 seconds or a minute, it'll still stay deployed. So I don't want it popping up and down and up and down. So that's why I'm going to have a minute delay there. Alright, let's go ahead and get an elevator. I guess that one's already down here. Let's see, out this way. Alright, I got rid of all my buttons and things. Can I put this somewhere? Oh, it doesn't want to place now. I guess I should have left that. Alright, let's go ahead and just put it here. And I don't have enough computers. Alright, let's go ahead and see if this works. Let's do the deploy. Okay, down. Extends it up. That closes in. We can definitely change that 4-second delay. This could be, I don't know, maybe 2 seconds? Might be too much. Alright, for the stow here, let's do a trigger now. I don't want to wait a minute. Okay, 1, 2, goes down, turret's off, it's not spinning anymore. That should have sent those doors up though. Let's see, did I not select the piston? Didn't do it. I do it every time. There we go, pop-up turret, add the block. There we go. Oh, that's a thing with these, with the retracted. Well, no, I guess if they're all going at the same time, this guy is going to be the master that's going to read off of it. I was going to say, when the others hit the bottom, it's not going to trigger these items, because it doesn't do groups. It only selects the one piston, but that's okay. That'll just be the censored one, and the other ones should still do the same actions. And I'm standing in the sun. Alright. Make a little shield right there. Okay, now we'll do the stow trigger now. Nice. 2 seconds seems to be good. Okay, I really like that. That's working well. Now I gotta finish out the walls in there just so it's not dirt. Alright, let's grind all this down and we'll get back to base. Alright, well, if this is where we're gonna call it an episode. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.